Good morning, viewers. I am Dr. Gopal Das Pawan Kumar, Associate Professor, hailing from Hyderabad. I am going to present a paper titled Demand Management by Auto Component Manufacturers, a study of strategies, which was published in International Journal of Science and Research with ID number ART 20161939. I hope you would like my presentation. Let us first understand what is demand management. Demand management involves managing a firm's customers' total demand satisfactorily. If a firm is having a number of customers, demand management involves satisfying the requirements of all these customers in total. Wherever there is demand fluctuations, demand management has to be undertaken thoroughly. Demand management helps the organization to have an handle on the market it operates in. With increase in number of customers and shifts in their demand requirements, firms have to introduce demand management strategies to survive as well as grow in this competitive market. Demand management is required to keep all the customers happy. What is demand management process? It involves alignment of customer requirements with the capabilities of the supply chain, including the organization's infrastructure. It basically covers forecasting and synchronizing it with the raw material inputs, production, and distribution capabilities of the organization. The responsibility of demand management is mostly on sales and marketing personnel because these are the guys who are closer to the customers and their feedback is to be given a lot of importance. Forecast accuracy needs to be improved regularly considering all the inputs from time to time. The incremental cost of improving forecast accuracy helps improving customer service and savings in inventory costs. Principles of demand management shows that a demand is an aggregate of customer requests for products that have to be manufactured and subsequently sold. That means a demand is nothing but a collection of all customer orders which have to be manufactured and delivered at scheduled time. The demand plan is based on assumptions which are related to economy as well as actions of the competitors. With shorter manufacturing lead times, the need for an accurate demand plan is reduced. What does it mean? It indicates that when manufacturing lead time is short, the organization can react fast in meeting urgencies. The objectives of the study were to find the strategies followed by auto component manufacturers for managing the demand during 4 different scenarios. The first scenario was when demand declined. Second scenario, when demand increased. Third scenario was in the short-term period, that is less than 1 year. And fourth scenario was in the long term, that is more than 1 year. And please note that scenario 1 and 2 strategies pertain to marketing as well as organizational strategies. Scenario 3 and 4 pertain to manufacturing strategies. So these 4 scenarios looked at the strategies what the companies adapted to manage the demand. Please note that in the presentations on different slides you will find some acronyms which I would like to explain to you now. ACM stand for Auto Component Manufacturers. OEMs stand for Original Equipment Manufacturers. Original equipment manufacturers are vehicle manufacturers, and under which we get passenger cars, which is denoted by PC, multi-utility vehicles denoted by MVUV, commercial vehicles are denoted by CV, 2-3-wheelers pertain to motorcycles, scooters and autos. Let us discuss about the limitations of the study. The study comprised of only Indian companies. The sample consisted of 50 auto component manufacturers. The survey was done through structured questionnaire, and the surveyed companies were all suppliers to either passenger car, multi-utility vehicle, commercial vehicle, two, three-wheeler, tractor segments, or a combination of all these. Only Tier 1 companies were directly contacted who were suppliers to OEMs. Tier 2, Tier 3 companies were not included in the survey to avoid any effect of bullwhip. Research methodology was based on primary and secondary data. The population for the study comprised all major ACMs, which numbered around 250. And prior to shortlisting, the ACMs had visited Auto Expo to meet the company representatives and collect the details of the CEOs, vice presidents, directors, VPs, GMs, and plant heads. The study was conducted by telephone and online through Google Form. The secondary data was collected from ACMA and SIAM websites. ACMA stands for Automotive Component Manufacturers Association and SIAM stands for Society for Indian Automotive Manufacturers. And other secondary data was collected from consultancy organizations, textbooks, and articles by researchers. The contribution of Indian auto industry to the economy is commendable. Indian auto industry is among the top 10 in the world production, holding second position in two-wheelers, sixth in cars, eighth in commercial vehicle, and is the largest in tractor segment. India has got 15 companies manufacturing passenger cars and multi-utility vehicles, 9 companies which manufacture commercial vehicles, 16 companies manufacture two and three wheelers, and 14 companies are in tractor manufacturing of different HPs. It has produced around 23.36 million vehicles in 2019 to 20 year. It contributes 2.3 billion to GDP and generates around 50 lakh direct and indirect employment. The turnover being $57 billion, converted into Indian rupees, it is rupees 3,95,900 crores. The reasons for demand fluctuations in India is very typical. The demand shifts take place every year during New Year and festival seasons. It declines during the months of April and December. Year-end sales pushed by OEMs in the month of March dampens the sales in April, whereas the sales in December are sluggish due to bumper sales during festival season in the previous months. Also, vehicle purchased in December is considered a year older if sold in the next month of January. This is also a major reason why sales in December is low. Unexpected demand shifts could be due to changes in micro and macro environments. For example, for the last 6-7 months, the sales of all products have declined because of COVID. An ACM could be supplying to only one OEM or many in the same segment or to different segments. For example, MRF could be supplier to Bajaj Auto, which is a 2-3-wheeler manufacturer, Maruti Suzuki, which is a passenger car manufacturer, and Tata Motors, which manufactures commercial vehicles as well as PC, necessitating allocation or rationing of tires based on priority or importance of the customer. So, the reasons for demand fluctuations are many, and it becomes a difficult task for ACMs to react in a positive manner. Let us study the demand management triggers. When demand kicks in, production planning, sales and operations planning, and master production planning activities get activated. It is important to determine order penetration, decoupling point, and inventory location along with manufacturing environment while managing demand activities. In case of automobiles, the penetration point for many OEMs reaches work in progress, components, and part stage in assemble to order environment of ACMs. That will be clear in the next slide. The decoupling point or the order penetration point is an important concept in supply chain as well as in manufacturing process. Now there are different scenarios of environments. One is engineer to order, next is make to order, third is assemble to order, that is ATO, and make to stock, that is MTS. When an order or schedule is released by OEMs, vehicle manufacturers on auto component manufacturers, the stage at which the order reaches or the order penetration point is at assemble to order, where the work in process parts and components are assembled and dispatched to the OEMs as per the schedule. Dear viewers, let me share the findings of my research with you. I have considered 4 scenarios. First scenario, when the demand is low, what are the strategies which ACMs adapt? Second scenario, when the demand increases. Third scenario, in the short term, that is less than 1 year, what are the strategies followed by ACMs for manufacturing? And the fourth scenario, when in the long term, that is over 1 year, if the demand fluctuates, what are the strategies, manufacturing strategies, which ACMs adapt? In the next slide, you will find the pie charts which would be very clear to you as per my narration. The findings of the demand management strategies adopted by the auto component manufacturers would be apparent when you see the pie charts on this slide. When demand is low, 3% of the ACMs did nothing. 5% offered more credit to their customers, whereas 26% closed down their plants to manage inventory. On the other hand, 46% of the ACMs promoted their items more in the aftermarket, and 20% followed other demand management strategies. When demand increased, 57% of the ACMs increased production, 20% rationed their items supplies to OEMs based on the importance and based on their share of business, whereas 21% met the demand as usual without using any strategies, and balance 2% used other strategies. As regards manufacturing strategies, in the short term and long term, ACMs have adapted some good strategies. In the short term, that is less than 1 year, 12% outsourced components, 47% worked extra shifts, 12% subcontracted the components, 27% engaged temporary workers, and 2% went for other manufacturing strategies. In the long term, that is more than 1 year, 6% continued outsourcing components, 68% increased capacity of the plants, 15% increased subcontracting, 7% went for employing permanent workers, and 4% went for other manufacturing strategies. Dear viewers, after the findings, I would like to propose some suggestions for the consideration of auto component manufacturers. To meet the varying demand, ACM should have day-to-day interaction with the representatives of OEMs at different levels. Communications between OEMs and ACM representatives should be transparent and timely before the crisis occurs. The crisis may be due to changes in volumes or due to sudden changes in the manufacturing of models. Information generated by supply chain partners, trade organizations, political environment, economy and markets should be considered to prepare a reasonably accurate forecast so that whatever decisions you take are based on very good and accurate inputs. Auto component manufacturers should also develop their own forecasting when they cater to different customers in different segments, so as to have a second opinion on the aggregate demand they have to meet. With this kind of suggestions, I hope the auto component manufacturers would be placed in a better position. So viewers, thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope that some of you will be benefited from my research paper. Thank you very much.